Hello, friends. This is Henry Jenkins. I wanted to talk to you today about being a good friend to yourself and starting today. You have to start today becoming a friend of yourself. I know that a lot of my friends that I have, and when I'm talking to them, you know, it ranges from being depressed and feeling down on themselves to the other extreme, to feeling very elated, very happy. Uh, and there's reasons behind why they feel this way and what's making them feel that way. And what you'll find is that the people who don't feel good about themselves are depressed. Behind that, you'll find that that's a person that's not very friendly to themselves. They don't really have a friendly relationship with themselves, and they don't know how to express that friendship. Mainly because we haven't been conditioned to become a friend of yourself. I know when I was growing up, and my teachers at school and church, and everywhere, people espoused upon me to become friends with other people. No one espoused to me to be a friend to myself and say, hey, read this book and this is how you become a friend to yourself. As a matter of fact, I grew up thinking that I have to negate myself and sacrifice my own desires in order to appease others. And that's where I found my security. And that's a strange way to become a friend of yourself. And it makes sense that you would want to be a friend of yourself. If you're going to be a friend to anybody, would it not make sense that you're a friend to yourself? It would. So that's something that we have to begin to study about and study on. We have to know that the best friend that you could ever get in this lifetime is yourself. You're best equipped to become the best friend you've been looking for. No one else is more equipped to be as friendly and take care of yourself as well as you are. And that's what I want to encourage you, because I'm also encouraging myself to take care of myself. To be a good friend, because that's what good friends do. You take care of your friend, and your friend would be yourself first. I mean, obviously, you would not take care of your enemy before you take care of your friend. So, your best friend, I would say, would be yourself. You can't betray yourself. If you feel as though you have to negotiate with your principles or negotiate with your heart, you have to compromise here, maybe that's not the right decision. If that's something that's presented towards you, maybe you should be more creative and think about another solution, a solution that will be friendly to you. Well, what's friendly? How do you know if you're being a friend to yourself? Because you like it, because it's something that you feel comfortable and you feel enjoyable about it. I think it's more about what you know is contributing to your well-being. And one of the fundamental things I would say about knowing whether or not you're taking care of yourself, first you have to study. You have to study about, how do I take care of myself? Do I, brush my teeth once a day, twice a day, 3 times a day? And I'm just speaking on a physical level in terms of taking care of yourself now. Now I'm talking about, from moving from a friend and a good friend to yourself to what does a good friend do? A good friend takes good care of you. So you start with, just like your mother taught you basic things, like your grandmother had, you're going to feed Feed that good friend that comes to visit you, that is healthy, that is well-being. You're not going to feed them something that you think is going to poison them or have some type of effect on them that's adverse. You're not going to do that. You're going to want to give them something that's going to nourish them, make them stronger, make them much more successful in whatever they have to do after they leave you. And that's how you have to treat yourself. And I know, trust me, I know, it's difficult. It's not easy at all. But you have to start somewhere. And I would encourage you to start today. Start with something. Start with something that you can do right now. When you look around, because it's around you, you can do something good for yourself, something that's healthy for you, whether it's doing some push-ups, whether it's drinking an extra glass of water, whether it's getting some supplement, something that's all natural, organic, whether it's stopping right now to brush your teeth, wash your face, something that's going to contribute to your well-being, something physically that you can do, some activity that you can associate with your well-being. And that's what I want to encourage you to do starting today, is be a good friend to yourself. Encourage yourself to do something that's going to make your well-being more rich, more full. You want to enhance this experience that you call life, and do it with a good friend. That friend is yourself. That friend is one you should never betray. Never negotiate or compromise yourself when you are dealing with yourself. And so that means don't put junk food in yourself when you know it's not good for yourself. You know this. You have to do better once you know better. And you know this. Somebody just have to tell you. You have to tell yourself. It's bad for you. Stay away from it. And if you can't, stay away from it more than you did yesterday. And just practice on doing that. Taking it one step at a time. But you have to set it in your mind. You have to visualize yourself being successful at whatever goals you set in your mind. And once you visualize that, you'll be able to see that being a good friend to yourself was the best decision you could have made. And that's what I would do. I even think about this about myself. I almost look at it in terms of seeing myself as a child. And if I had a chance to, I don't have any children right now, but if I had a chance to grow and to nourish and to develop a child educational wise, I would, and just in life, I would give them plenty of books, plenty of nutritious meals and foods, and plenty of water, and all the things that I would think that I could possibly give them to give them a complete balanced life. Not just food, but balanced life. And that's how you want to start treating yourself. You want to give yourself a balanced life. You want to try to be the best friend you can possibly be, and never make it so that you are afraid of the decisions you make. You should be very comfortable, because there's something that you stand for. It's something that it's about who you are as a person. And if it feels good as a friend, and you know it's the truth, like eating. You know eating well is a friendly thing to do. You know that. I have to go back to the eating because it's so critical. It enhances all your other experiences. By eating a certain way, it makes your experience in this life a certain way. And if you watch people who eat well, and you watch people who are actively involved in their own well-being, you'll notice that these people attract all kind of other people, and they have a different energy about them because they're giving energy to themselves. They're looking to become friendly to themselves, which makes it easier for other people to become friendly with them. And they feel that when you're feeling with yourself and you love yourself and you understand yourself, people find it much easier to understand you, much easier to love you. And a lot of that begins with eating. You know, start out with drinking 2 glasses of water, 16 ounces as possible. In the morning when you wake up, get a little hungry, start out with some fruit. Later, you want to go into your meal, a balanced meal, something that is preferably organic and vegetarian. And you know, eating life is the source of your own life. You know, you don't want to really, when you really think about it, I got to tell you the truth. You really don't want to eat something dead. You don't want to put dead items inside yourself. You want to put things that are of life in yourself so that you will be a part of that system of life. You don't want to be the system of death and be a part of that system to put in your body that moves you in that arena faster than you need to be moving. So, you know, that's my speech for you today. That's my talk with you today, good friends. Be a good friend to yourself. Don't betray yourself. Do things that encourage your own well-being. First, yes, love your friends, but take a look at yourself in the mirror before you start pointing the finger at anybody else. Look at yourself in the mirror and see if there's anything you can do to increase the quality of life that you're experiencing right now. Be a good friend.